You talked about how pricing was in a very different place back in 2021. Of course, there was a lot in the industry that hadn't happened yet, including the collapse of FTX last year. And that is something, when we think about institutions in this space, that maybe led to a little bit more trepidation, at least in the immediate aftermath. And I wonder how much that is fading now, especially given that I'm reading through the notes you sent across to us, and you're talking about BitGo's Go network and how that could prevent the next FTX. How can you say that confidently?
Look, we're all excited about the ETF. It's definitely getting closer. We're definitely seeing signals in terms of the conversations that the applicants are having with the SEC. BitGo's working with a bunch of these guys as well. So I'm optimistic, but I think it's quite likely we have another round of ETF rejections before we get the positive news. And it really comes back down to market structure. Gary Gensler's made no secret of this point. You have to separate exchanges from custody. The CFTC market structure is already this way. You have to separate exchanges from custody. The equities markets are this way as well. 15 months ago, we had Sam Bankman-Fried marching all over Washington, D.C., advocating his 7 key points of regulation, where he basically said, let me take on all functions. It's going to be great. It's going to be efficient. We'll do that. Obviously, we have a very different thought process on it right now. But a lot of these applications are with Coinbase custody. And Coinbase, while I'm not trying to say that they're an FTX by any means, they are taking on also kind of that same playbook. In addition to being an exchange and a custodian, they recently got approval for an FCM. Of course, they got a broker-dealer. What this means is there's a lot of risks in that entity that aren't fully understood. And I think that the SEC could quite likely come back and say, nope, you got to separate out these things fully before we're going to move forward. Good news, there's solutions right now of custodians like BitGo that focus 100% on that. We don't do trading and exchange work, so we can fill that void.